synonymous to a lot of people. His name is Mark the Hammer Dixon.
How we going? Just taking the boys for a run in the truck today. We're doing a bit of video here. This truck, it's been a pleasure to me. It's a real honour to own a truck like this. People look at it everywhere you go. Love driving it. You probably wouldn't find a better example of a 4800 Western Star in Australia. Yeah, and it's very, very hard to fault this truck. We're just going to put some bigger pipes on it, not far down the track.
So a bit of history, Mark, on you.
Yeah.
You know, you're obviously with Chopper Read for a long time.
Yep.
You changed tacks a little bit. What made you, change that life and become, involved in the trucking?
Well, as you know, yes, I was Chopper Read's bodyguard for about 10 or so years, and 5 or so years with a man called Roger Rogerson. And 25 years of security in pubs. And anyway, I was getting a bit long in the tooth for doing that. I thought I was, the younger that these people are, they get a bit good for you in the end. And so I decided, believe it or not, I was actually in a hotel room and I watched the TV show Mega Truckers. John Kelly and Dave Pansino and the boys, and I actually thought that was, from that moment in, I was awestruck, and I just thought, well, that's what I want to do. Anyway, I got into driving smaller trucks first. Isuzus mainly, through a mate of mine that was good enough to give me a job driving his tilt tray for Brisbane Isuzu, and it went on from there. And anyway, I was out delivering a cab to that other car out to a place called Gatton in Queensland, and it was a cab for a truck that was being done up out there where this truck was built. And anyway, I spotted this one in the shed, and I had my young fella there with me. I said, come and have a look at this. And he was awestruck, as I was. And I said to him on the way out on the driveway, I said, that truck there, you can put that beside any Western Star in Australia of its class of 4800. Well, it doesn't matter really what Western Star it is. And it'll win trophies. And we have done that. We've accomplished that at the Lights on the Hill at Gatton. Yeah, ever since then I've just enjoyed the truck. Since I've owned it, it hasn't pulled a trailer, it doesn't work anymore. It's a princess. It sits in the shed. It collects a little bit of dust, but and it's a bit dusty at the moment, as you can see. But when it's clean, it has won the best 4800 Western Star in this country at the Western Star Show Day. Basically, yeah, it's a beautiful truck. And the blokes that build this quality gear, the blokes who I'm talking about right here in the truck with me, they build cars. They've award-winning cars. They've also, built another Western Star Heritage, which is a little bit different to this one, a little bit older, a bit more bigger, different shape, and it won every trophy at Gatton one year. So that just goes to show you the quality of the build that these guys do. Excuse me crunching the gears too, fellas. Anyone watching, I don't get it out that often. I'm used to driving automatic Isuzus at the moment.
We'll let you off this time, mate.
Yeah, I'm doing all right.
You're going good.
Go head down the end down here. There's a nice boat ramp down here.
Okay.
And so basically I've gone from being a bloke who started bouncing at a very, very early age, at 17, and to being a bodyguard to some notorious people and some rock stars amongst them as well, and to having a love and passion for trucks, especially show trucks. But I do enjoy driving the Western Star.
It gets in your blood, mate.
It gets it. gets in your blood. Once it's got you, it never leaves you, I don't think.
Yeah, true.
Geez, that's not bad looking.
Yeah.
Anyway, it does turn a lot of heads. If I go to the BP up the road, you know, there'll be a fair few people wanting photos with it, that sort of thing. Yeah, what else can I say? I love the truck. I'm never getting rid of the truck, and that's it. I'll leave it to my young fella one day.
You keep on showing it, obviously.
Keep on showing. Oh yeah. The last couple of years with the virus has really stuffed us up.
Yeah.
We've not been able to go to shows. Hopefully this year's a bit different, and we can go to these shows. And this truck should at least have another. Well, if it hadn't have been for COVID, I think this truck would have at least 24 trophies.
Yeah, for sure.
If I got to all of them shows, my ultimate goal is to win rig of the show.
Yep.
You know, it's actually also going on that. It's the first Western Star to grace the cover of Australian Custom Trucks magazine, which is it's a big feather in the truck's cap. You know, like you often see Kenworth 909s and that sort of thing on them, and but to have this truck on the cover of a very well publicised magazine and be the first Western Star on the cover of the magazine is a great honour, and it's a credit to the blokes that built it. So
yeah, thanks, mate. Yeah, and you know the best part about this whole thing is we got to deal with you to meet a real top fella, and I'm glad you end up owning this truck because it's in really good, safe hands.
Yeah, exactly. You don't, apart from the gearbox, no. I don't often crunch it.
That's what you're telling us.
I just enjoy getting it out, showing people. You know, you do these shows like Convoy for Kids, and all the kids are waving at you. You know, it's really a proud moment to be driving down the road and have a lot of people taking photos and waving at you, and you're blowing the air horn, and you know, it brings a bloody tear to your eye. It makes you that proud, you know, and it's awesome. It's a really good thing. So yeah, it might be a few bloody. Oh, fuck! Didn't see that one.
Mark, as far as you're concerned now that you're well and truly into the big American stuff, how do you like compared to the Japanese trucks? How do you feel about the American?
Well, the Americans they're a man's truck. You can actually sleep in these. The Japanese type ones, like the smaller Isuzus and that, they're good for around town, things like that. You know, but if you're running heavy haulage or you're doing B-double work like up and down the east coast of Australia or whatever, you've got to have a truck like this. You can't, you cannot be just cruising around in a European thing. They're just not built tough enough for it. They'll fall to bits on you. And I just know I've driven so many of those European and Japanese ones that you know, you go up a corrugated road before you know it, half the dashboard's falling apart on you. Yeah, exactly. So the American trucks are really good. I'm a big fan of Peterbilt as well. And well, any real tough American truck. I'm a huge fan of Kenworth cab-over, the old style, like a K100 anywhere up to a K108. I think they're just superb, and Max Superliners I love as well. But listen, I wouldn't swap this thing for too many trucks in this country.
You're pretty happy with it, mate?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Try and get the sun on it, we'll do a walk around.